India is home to over 1.4 billion people, 22 official languages, and thousands of ethnic groups spread across deserts, jungles, mountains, and coasts. It's a country of staggering complexity, a land where ancient traditions meet cutting-edge innovation, and where reality itself sometimes feels negotiable. Because hidden among all this variety are places so strange. They seem like the stuff of myth. Mysterious villages, unexplainable landscapes, and old-age customs that challenge everything we think we know. These are the strangest places in India you won't believe actually exist. High in the barren landscape of Ladakh, a staggering 4,267 meters above sea level, sits one of India's most perplexing phenomena, the magnetic hill. This isn't just another tourist attraction claiming supernatural powers. This is a place where the fundamental laws of physics appear to break down completely. Located 30 kilometers from Leh on the Leh-Kargil highway, this stretch of road creates a visual trick so convincing it's fooled thousands of visitors and even baffled Indian Air Force pilots flying overhead. When you place your vehicle in neutral in the designated spot marked by a yellow signboard, something bizarre unfolds. Your car begins moving uphill at speeds reaching 20 kilometers per hour, completely defying gravity. The local Ladakhis have their own explanation rooted in ancient folklore. They believe this road was once a literal pathway to heaven, where those deserving of divine ascension would be pulled upwards by celestial forces. According to village elders, only the worthy could experience this phenomenon, while others would remain earthbound. Scientists have studied this location extensively, with researchers from the Rajasthan Institute of Engineering and Technology even bringing magnetometers to measure magnetic field strength. Their findings revealed magnetic fields varying between 25 to 60 microtesla, far too weak to pull anything, especially a multi-ton vehicle. The real explanation lies in the land itself. With the horizon obscured by nearby mountains, your brain misreads the slope, creating a mind-bending illusion that makes a downhill road appear to rise uphill. But if you think magnetic hills are impossible, wait until you discover bridges that are literally alive. Hidden deep in the subtropical forests of Meghalaya, one of the wettest regions on Earth, exists an engineering feat that seems to ignore everything we know about how bridges work. These are living root bridges, living walkways made entirely from the roots of rubber fig trees that actually become stronger as they age. The Khasi and Jaintia tribes of Meghalaya have mastered this incredible biotechnology for over 500 years. Using the aerial roots of the Ficus elastica trees, they guide and weave living roots across rivers and streams, creating bridges that can span over 50 meters in length. One of the most impressive examples, near Peninsula, stretches nearly 50 meters and can support more than 50 people simultaneously. Their creation defies modern logic. These bridges aren't built, they're grown, guided over decades by patient hands and time-honored techniques. It takes 10 to 15 years for a bridge to become functional, but once established, these living structures can last for centuries. The roots are trained through hollowed-out trunks of areca nut palms, which guide their growth while providing nutrients as they decay. Over time, the roots grow thicker and stronger, unlike conventional bridges that deteriorate with age. What makes these bridges even more remarkable is their resilience. In a region that receives over 460 inches of annual rainfall compared to India's national average of 115 inches, they've survived monsoons, flash floods, and time itself, outlasting concrete bridges built just decades ago. The famous double-decker root bridge at Nongriat village, estimated to be 200 years old, is still growing stronger with time. Scientists studying these bridges uncovered something remarkable. The root systems create a self-sustaining maintenance system. When older roots decay due to constant water exposure, new roots automatically grow to replace them, creating a self-repairing infrastructure that could revolutionize modern engineering. From living bridges to villages that defy the laws of genetics, India's mysteries only get stranger. In the quiet village of Kodani, located in Kerala's Malappuram district, something extraordinary is happening that has geneticists completely baffled. This modest village of 2,000 families has produced over 400 pairs of twins, a statistical anomaly so extreme it baffled scientists. To understand just how impossible this is, consider the numbers. The global average for twin births is 6 per 1,000 deliveries. In India, that number drops to just 4 per 1,000 births. But in Kodini, an astounding 45 twins are born per 1,000 deliveries, more than 7 times the global average and 11 times the national average. This makes Kodini the second highest location for twin births on Earth, trailing only Igbo Ora in Nigeria, where twin birth rates exceed 150 per 1,000 births, more than triple even Kodini's mystery. What makes this phenomenon even more mysterious is its recent acceleration. The oldest documented twin pair in the village was born in 1949, but the numbers have been increasing dramatically. In the 0 to 10 age group alone, there are now 79 pairs of twins. Today, over 1,000 twins live in the village, with some families having twins across 3 generations. The mystery deepens when you consider genetics. Typically, twin births run in families, but in Kodani, many twin births occur in families with absolutely no prior history of multiple births. Even more puzzling, women from Kodani who marry outside the village and relocate to distant places continue giving birth to twins, suggesting something intrinsic to their physiology rather than environmental factors. International research teams, including scientists from Germany and institutions like the CSIR, Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology in Hyderabad, have conducted extensive studies. They've examined everything from water quality to dietary patterns, genetic markers to environmental factors. Yet after decades of research, the cause remains completely unknown. The village has become so famous for its twins that they formed the Twins and Kins Association in 2008, the first organization of its kind in India, which organizes events, health studies, and support for twin families. While Kodani challenges genetics, our next destination challenges the very concept of security. Imagine a place where houses, shops, banks, and even police stations have no doors, no locks, no security systems. Yet crime is virtually non-existent. It sounds impossible. But in Shani Shingnapur, it's everyday life, a village in the Maharashtra's Ahmednagar district where 4,000 people live in complete trust. For over 400 years, not a single building in this village has had doors or locks. Houses have door frames, but no doors. Even the post office operates without any security. Even the UCO Bank opened India's first lockless branch here in 2011, featuring only a glass entrance and a barely visible electromagnetic lock out of respect for local beliefs. The village's faith centers around a remarkable black stone idol of Lord Shani, the Hindu deity associated with Saturn, which was discovered centuries ago after a flood. According to a local legend, when a shepherd touched the stone with a pointed rod, it began bleeding. That night, Lord Shani appeared in the shepherd's dream, declaring the stone to be his idol and demanding it to remain in the open without any roof or shelter so he could watch over the village. Locals believe Lord Shani's gaze protects every corner. Try to steal, they say, and divine justice will find you instantly. The fear is so profound that when one villager attempted to install wooden panels at his house entrance, he died in a car accident shortly after, an event villagers took as a divine sign. For centuries, this faith-based security system worked flawlessly. No theft or burglary was officially reported until 2010, when the first incident occurred, followed by another in 2011. However, even the police station that opened in 2015 has received 0 complaints from villagers and operates without a front door, maintaining the village's 400-year-old tradition. The village receives as many as 40,000 visitors daily, particularly on Saturdays, which are considered auspicious for Lord Shani worship. Despite this massive influx of outsiders, the no-lock tradition continues, creating one of the world's most unique experiments in community trust. From villages without security to temples that appear to float, India's architectural impossibilities continue to astound. Scattered across India's landscape are temples that appear to float on water, creating visual illusions so stunning it's easy to believe the buildings are levitating above the water. These aren't mirages or digital manipulations. They're real structures that have stood for centuries, inspiring awe and devotion in equal measure. The most famous example is the Mahabalipuram Shore Temple in Tamil Nadu, part of a legendary set of 7 pagodas, built in the 8th century by the Pallava dynasty. This UNESCO World Heritage Site sits so close to the Bay of Bengal that during high tides and monsoons, it appears to float directly on the ocean's surface. The temple's unique positioning creates a stunning visual effect where the structure seems suspended between sky and sea. What makes this temple even more mysterious is its connection to the 2004 tsunami. When the devastating waves receded, they revealed previously unknown ancient structures buried in the sand, possibly parts of the other 6 temples from the legendary 7 pagodas that were consumed by the ocean centuries ago. Archaeologists continue searching for these underwater temples, adding to the site's mystique. In Uttarakhand, hundreds of water temples called naulas demonstrate another form of floating architecture. These 400-year-old structures are built directly over freshwater springs, creating the illusion that the temples emerge from the water itself. Local architects designed nalas to protect the sacred spring water from contamination, serving as both temples and water conservation systems. The temple tanks of South India present another architectural marvel. Structures like the Mariyuram Tepakulam in Madurai and the Golden Lily Tank at Meenakshi Temple create spectacular floating effects during festivals. At the annual Tepatirunal, elaborately decorated floats carrying deities are taken across these temple tanks, creating scenes of divine figures literally floating on water. These floating wonders represent more than architectural brilliance. They embody India's ancient understanding of hydraulic engineering, water conservation, and the sacred relationship between water and spirituality. Modern engineers continue studying these structures to understand how they've survived floods, earthquakes, cyclones, and centuries of weathering while maintaining their extraordinary visual impact. So, which of these places makes you question reality the most? Let us know below, and don't forget to subscribe for more strange corners of the world where fact is stranger than fiction.